My name is Nabasiye Gertrude. I'm a Web3 developer at NGENI Labs, Kampala. Gertrude, I am a web developer with about 2 years of experience in the field. I started my journey with HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, and with time, I moved into JavaScript frameworks such as React.js and React Native, and luckily throughout my journey I've been blessed with some projects that I've worked on that have actually been adopted by people in the field. This is my third week in the university program. It has been a very interesting experience. There's been a lot of learning, there has been a lot of growth. The entire field was very new to me, so I didn't necessarily have expectations, but I'm very pleased with how far I've come, and I almost feel like a whole new person. The support and emphasis towards upskilling. We know that in the technology space, upskilling is what gets you to the top of the mountain. So being in a team and in a space that is empowering you and encouraging you and pushing you to extend your skills every single day is what I find the most interesting. About a year ago, I attended a talk about Web3 and blockchain and the aspects of openness and decentralization that were talked about really interested me, and I wanted to see and to take part in where this journey goes. What I find the most interesting in the field is the ability to take power from the central figures and distribute it among the other users of the internet. I find that a very interesting aspect and more inspiring for me to take part in the field. One of the biggest differences I found was in Web 2, at the core of development, you're looking at the functionalities that I'm giving the people working as they should be working. But then on top of those things that you're already looking at while developing in Web 2, in Web 3 you're also looking at how secure are they, we are not taking people's information, and most of all, are these transactions that people are carrying out cheap, so that they can continue transacting and doing whatever they need to do without having to pay exorbitant fees for this thing. So the way that I've managed to go around it is I've taken time to look into and try to understand how transactions happen on the blockchain, how everything happens, so that when coming up with applications running on the blockchain, I'm very mindful of how much are these transactions costing people. I see Web3 bringing forth a platform that is secure, that is open for people to carry out transactions on, to develop on, and to impact their communities on. In a very secure way, people are able to move funds to maybe charities that they would love to sponsor. People are able to collect funds to fund interests they're interested in, maybe a company is starting, and this has all been made. We are not collecting money and we're not giving it to a single fail point like a bank. We are having money going straight to the people that need it, and I think this is going to help Africa better, and East Africa. It's going to be very helpful in improving how our financial sectors are moving and further impacting the rest of the lives within our communities. Recently I just finished an application with the rest of my team that's a multi-share application. With this application, someone is able to send tokens to various addresses or wallet addresses without having to do it one by one. So it was a very interesting project to work on. It definitely built the teamwork. There was a lot to learn, and it was very nice to actually see it doing what we envisioned it to do. some of the aspects have been out there for me to wrap my head around, but thankfully, because of the supportive team that we have, a very supportive collection of great minds, they've been able to help me demystify these very serious things, and because of that teamwork, it has been very easy for me to actually go through the whole process and to go over these challenges of understanding these things, and it has been a very good experience. I would advise them to have patience and persistence. So sometimes the journey is going to get tough. Sometimes you're not going to know why you chose to do what you're doing. But at the end of the day, trust and believe in the choice you made. And remember every single day that it may be a difficult day, but it's not going to be the end of the day. So make sure you see it through to the end, push yourself to the very end, and have faith that at the end of the day, your hard work is going to reap you some very good harvests. Learning and more learning, getting embedded in the ecosystem, connecting with as many Web3 developers as I can. That is my next step. Working on as many projects as I can, doing as much research as I can. My goal in the future is to mentor people and hopefully to inspire people to join the field and make their communities better with this as a tool. It is very exciting, and I feel very humbled to have gotten a chance to actually get into the space. But then also on the other side of the coin, it feels a bit like a burden, because then I feel like it's upon me to inspire other ladies and to show them that they can actually make it in the field, and the goals, they can achieve the goals, and it's endless what they can achieve.